Do not worry.
Folks, happy Thursday. How's it going? Welcome to a brand new episode of Do Not Worry, Lebanon's number 3 or number 4 podcast. We're going to find out a little later today. Joined by Noor, the intern.
Hi.
You guys remember her? She used to work here. كيفك نور؟
I'm good.
اشتقنا لك. أهلا وسهلا.
Thank you.
أهلا وسهلا. كيفي؟
حاسة حالة guest.
Hey, you're like a guest. عنا لهلا. We'll talk about guests about
ما
شوي.
هيك it makes my appearances more special.
أكيد.
Hopefully.
Of course. Keep telling yourself that. How's everybody doing? Please take a second to like the video. Leave a comment. Engage with this channel, folks. Leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel. Become a Do Not Warrior. Help us reach the 10,000 subscriber mark. You missed it. We hit 8K. مش من زمان كتير. Folks, Nabih Birre and Najib Miati are causing a Muslim versus Christian civil war. Chef Antoine versus Dr. Food. Nayla Tueni's podcast. Is it more popular than ours? And the Lebanese influencer boxing dream matchups. We're going to talk about it. If there was going to be a boxing event to be Lebanese between influencers, who would we want to see fight? We've prepared an amazing list, and there's a lot more that we're going to talk about. Daylight savings, horrible Twitter takes, Pandor's gay cake, and the Jnoud al-Rab. Some intense stuff this week, Fikir. And this is all brought to you by our lovely and amazing sponsor, SENDWAVE. Bless you, SENDWAVE, for letting me survive this month and pay my rent. God bless SENDWAVE, folks. We love them. Use our code CASHDNW to get $15 when you use SENDWAVE for the first time and you make a transfer. All the details are going to be shared a little bit later. And every time you guys use the code, the interns are actually going to keep some of that money. So the more you use the code, the more money the interns will make. Help out the interns. Help me. Help this podcast. Thank you. Thank you to SENDWAVE. What else we got? Patrons. Folks, our lovely, let's first take a second to welcome some new patrons to the channel. We got Linda, a brand new blonde patron. Welcome, Linda. And we have Paul, Christelle, and Lily. Now, I want to give a special mention. So when Paul, Christelle, and Lily joined Patreon, and I like to send my patrons a welcome message every time someone joins. So I noticed like a lovely couple and a dog. I was like, is Lily a dog by any chance? They were like, yes, she is, and she's a fan of the show. So I was like, please send me photos, folks. This is our cutest patron ever. Please, I would like to introduce you to Lily, our patron. Look at little Lily, folks. Lily, who's a good girl? Who's a good girl, Lily? You watching the show? Here's another photo of Lily. Look at that sweet little angel taking a nice little walk by the pond or the creek. Little Lily. And
I'm upset.
Here's Lily watching the show. An old episode. I may have still been doing it solo here, but this is the old set, the old mic. Look at beautiful little Lily. We love you. Thank you guys for joining our Patreon. خلاص, all you other patrons, you lose. Lily's the cutest. هلا بتشوفي كل يوم everyone's going to change their Patreon names with their pets. Look, who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Who's your good little girl? We love you. Folks, if you want to support us on Patreon, make sure that I can pay the interns. Make sure that this podcast can survive against Nayla Tueni's podcast. Subscribe to our Patreon. We really need the help. We appreciate the help. Choose a tier that's right for you. And let me just shout out a couple of our other amazing patrons, like Mark Iwan, Daniel Habib, Darkwing Duck, Sarah M, Mo K, Mirna Zakaria, and superhero patrons like Rhea D, Danny Karam, Adrien N, Ryan Nabulsi, and our God-tier patrons Jessica N, Rifat Fakih, and Burgery. I went to Tripoli on Sunday for the first time in my life, folks. I went to Tripoli. I tried out Burgery. Hassan, thank you so much for the amazing hospitality. Such an awesome and generous dude. It's such a good place. So if you guys are ever in Tripoli and you want a fine-ass burger with like top-tier quality ingredients, and I'm not just saying it because they fed me. Anjed, it's fucking awesome. So they know what they're doing over there. Thank you. And Tripoli was fucking awesome. It was like unlocking a new area of like a video game map. You know, like
You've never been there?
I've never been to Tripoli. Maybe when I was really young. So like going there, I was like, damn, I could just go here anytime I want now. It's like a GTA when you unlock a new part of the map. That's what it felt like. So a new part of the map unlocked. Tripoli. So yeah, let's get going. We got a lot of topics. So thank you to our amazing patrons. Let's get moving on this episode because we've got a lot to talk about. Starting with Nadim, folks. Nadim isn't here today. Leno, it's his birthday. Wish Nadim a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nadim.
Happy birthday, Nadim. What a lovely, what a great intern. Such a hard worker, such a nice man, very motivated. Someone in the comments called him a golden retriever. He's consistent. And someone said he has golden retriever energy, which is the most accurate description of Nadim that anyone could have ever shared. He does have a golden retriever energy. At least more than Elijah does. God damn Elijah. So as we celebrate one intern with Nadim, we're going to embahdir another intern. Elijah, folks. Let me just get a little story. Okay, Anna, I started boxing. Surprise, surprise, I can't shut up about it. So Anna, I've been wanting to work on a training montage. It's been a while, my dream is to be like Rocky and have my own training montage. So Nadim is supposed to be the one to film me because Nadim, he's the videographer who is shot bil camera. He told me I might be a little bit busy this week. I might not be able to film you. I'm like, let me just ask Elijah to fill in for this first week and Bellish and Sawit. Because my skills are getting good. If I want to show myself improving, I want to film myself when I kind of suck. So I'm getting better. So it's time to get that footage. Elijah, I train on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday. You think فيك تزمج like an hour and a half. He lives like literally في ينزل مشي Elijah من بيته على الجيم. مش إنه شيء. Nadim has to drive من آخر الدنيا. He's like, sorry, man, I don't have a lot of free time. I don't want to do that. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, man, like between my work and my Ghida, I have to see my mom. I don't want to do that. I'm like, you fucker. So قلت له ما تيجي اليوم على الحلقة. You're going to edit the shitty episode. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes this week so that you have to edit around them and shit. زعلتني يا Elijah, زعلتني. I didn't even ask Noor to come film and I didn't even bother. At least I asked Elijah. أنت ما تضحك يا ولد. I didn't even bother asking you.
أنا بعيدة كمان and I don't
ايه
have a
بعيد.
car.
الله يخلينا نديم. قلنا إذا فيك تيجي السبت تصورنا. I need you, bro. إذا لا next week. Elijah خلص. You're my second favorite male intern on the show. Nazata. That was
صح,
fun.
I'm your favorite female intern.
You're my favorite female intern. Isn't that great? Isn't it nice to not get yelled at for once? It's Elijah getting on Bikila. It's pretty nice, right? My cat, folks, Leopold. Let's see if I can get him to come here. Leo!
أنا
No, this isn't a treat. It's like his food.
Yeah.
Leo!
بدي يطلع لهون.
He's probably not. He doesn't understand this yet. Guys, I've had my cat for 6 years. I love my cat, Leopold. He was a stray that I rescued because of my big heart. He's been eating dry food his whole life, okay? For 6 years, feeding my cat has been easy. Get the dry food, put it in a bowl, leave it out, he eats it. And sometimes I travel for like a month at a time, so I need to have like people come over just every couple of days, بغيروا الأكل, they put the food, they leave, he eats. It's simple, it's practical, it's cheap. Dry food is like $20 a month, $15 a month, you can get a bag, you can feed your cat. A couple months ago, he was getting a little picky with his dry food. ما كان عم بياكلهم. I was like, all right. I got him another brand of dry food. Akala, he enjoyed it. I'm like, great. 2 months of that, he ain't eating anymore. Doesn't want to eat his food. So I call the vet. Shawab, put the AC on. Let the AC out. So I call the vet. She's like, look, he might, you have a very picky eater. I'm like, I know he's picky. She's like, you might have to switch him to a wet food diet if he eats wet food. I'm like, he does eat wet food. But the problem with my cat, at first she's like, feed him a little bit of wet food. Then maybe he'll go back to the dry food. The problem with my cat is if you feed him wet food once, if he licks that shit once, he will never want to eat dry food again. Khalas. He's like, oh no, I'm not going to have any of that fucking dry ass shit. Give me the wet, smelly stuff. So that motherfucker, ma am biyekul dry food, salo 3 days. So the lady's like, I think you're going to have to switch him to wet food diet. Jibnelo wet food. Okay, first of all, wet food is expensive as fuck.
Yep.
If you want to feed your cat wet food, you're going to spend at least like $60 or $70 a month because those fuckers need like 3 or 4 bags a day. And each bag is like between like 80 cents or like $1.30 or some shit. Like, bro, and like the problem is, okay, let's say that I have no problem feeding him the wet food. Okay, I'll spend the money. He's my cat, he's my boy. I love him. But the problem is you have to be home to like open the fresh bag, pour it in the thing. You can't leave it out for too long because then it goes bad. So if he doesn't eat it all at once, you have to put it in the fridge. Like, it's a fucking process. I have to sit there with him, watch him eat. Open another bag. Like, how am I going to travel? How am I going to go anywhere? This little fucker needs me to like spoon feed him? Where are you, little shit? It's been very annoying. So I've been trying to get him back on dry food, and now that he's been eating wet food exclusively for like 3 or 4 days, good luck. But sometimes at night, he'll go and he'll eat some of the dry food. Dry food. He's very confusing. If you guys have a cat and he's picky, please give me some tips in the comment section below. I'm going to take him to the vet. I think I'm going to maybe give him a blood test or see what's up. The vet is like, honestly, the new school of thought is that wet food is actually better for a cat. And my whole life, I thought that you feed a cat wet food from time to time, but a lot of it isn't good. Apparently not. Apparently, new school of thought, the veterinary world, is that Wet food is better. I get it. What she told me. She told me that like dry food for a cat is basically like dry bread. Like dry, crunchy bread. And that poor little fucker's been eating that shit for 6 years. Like, he deserves some wet food from time to time. Absolutely. But again, like I said, the problem is if he eats it once, that's it. He's not touching his dry food. He's like, I'm like, stop fucking, go eat the dry food. He just looks at me like a little fucker and doesn't touch the food. So I'm struggling. This is his last bag of wet food. I gotta go buy him some more bukra.
My friend's cat Kamen, he's addicted to wet food. Like he does not eat dry food.
It's fucked. But so no, he deserves it. Like my cat is old, Kamen. He's 6 years old. Yeah, and I can't experiment on him matami for 3-4 days, starve him tayin jibir yakul the dry food. He's old, and the doctor's like, if a cat doesn't eat food, he can get like liver issues and stuff. Like, I gotta keep that motherfucker fed. So, like, I'm trying to hold off and not give him wet food so that he eats the dry food that's in his bowl. Then he just looks at me and meows, and I'm like, just have the wet food, man. I don't know what to do. It's stressing me the fuck out. Like, I literally can't leave the house because I have to feed him 3 times a day. Ushila hatta if it goes bad and fuck you, Leopold. Anyways, does your cat eat dry food, right? Enjoy it while it lasts. Because once he switches to wet food, you're fucked.
لا اوقات مثلا بيخلص الدراي فود عنا انه بنطعميهم wet food عادي انه we have cats sometimes بس انه they don't get addicted او شيء انه they keep
Anna, he's like, ooh, that's good. I don't want that other shit. He fucking and I bought him 3 types of wet food. Like I tried some kind of pate. ما عجبته. He would like lick it شوية. He's like, no, that's not for me. The little bastard, man. All right, moving on. Grand Factory, folks. You guys remember the Grand Factory? You guys know it. Popular party destination in Lebanon. They have multiple, I don't know, venues. One of them in the Grand Factory, I think, is owned by the same people. Bunch of shit. They don't like me very much. You know, we had our issues a couple years back when they did a fundraiser. I was like, why are you guys doing a fundraiser? And then I got a bunch of the fucking partners on Instagram sending me DMs. Why? I hate your podcast. There was a guy who used to love the podcast and he bought the DMs. As soon as I talked shit about the fundraiser, I don't like your podcast, you've never been good, you're a bully. I was like, fuck off, bro.
مين نعمل له
ما بتذكر شو اسمه. He's a fucking idiot. I talked about it a lot on the show. It was kind of embarrassing for him. Anyways, وكمان a bunch of other Grand Factory partners like unfollowed me. Jade, the DJ, he بتذكر, he used to follow me ويبعت لي DMs. As soon as I talked about it, الشباب اللي unfollow like the next day. Good riddance. So anyways, I get a DM. Yeah, I checked it yesterday. I saw it late. It's from Soul Kitchen. Soul Kitchen Sounds. I guess they're kind of like sub. ما بعرف how to describe them. They do like events. Be Grand Factory. I don't know if they're like owned by Grand Factory or a part of Grand Factory officially. بس إنه بيعملوا events. So I get this DM. Hey Anthony, with a sun emoji. After 3 years, Soul Kitchen is finally coming back to Grand Factory. I thought it was going to say, after 3 years, we're finally welcoming you back to the Grand Factory. Soul Kitchen is finally coming back to Grand Factory. We'd love to invite you to one of our private events next weekend, which was this past weekend that I missed. I saw these after. Let us know where we can reach you. I didn't answer because this goes to my requests. Then they called me like on Instagram. Like I got a missed audio call, which again, ما بينت because I didn't have them in my DMs. Missed audio call, which was weird. Anyways, thank you to whoever is managing the Soul Kitchen social media account. Thank you for inviting me. I did reply to them yesterday, بس ما ردوا علي. ما بعرف maybe زعلوا that I no idea. But I was like, hey, thank you for the invite. But like, do you know that like your bosses or like, you know, the partners don't like me? Yeah, I don't know if I would feel, I don't know if they want me there, and I don't know if I would feel comfortable going there. You know what I mean? Like I talk shit about them. I know they don't like me. I don't want to be at their venue like partying and dancing. I just feel like it would be weird. You know what I mean? Which is a problem for me because I can't fucking go party بلبنان because Grand Factory like owns everything. And all that stuff. So like I haven't been to those places since the episode where I talked about the fundraiser. So anyways, I let them know like, yo, by the way, like I don't know if I'm actually welcome there. Thank you for the invite. I was curious to see what they would say, like, La walau khalas water under the bridge, or I'm a partner, I'm managing this account, please come, maraddu alayhi. So I don't know what the deal is. I missed the event. I went on their page and I saw photos from the event. I'm glad I didn't go, okay? There was like Kaizi, remember Kaizi, the douchey dude?
لا.
He wears the glasses. He's super douchey. He was one of the guests. Like, there's a bunch of people that like, I do not...
Right, bala, I remember him.
Anyways... so Grand Factory, please clarify, is the beef done? Am I welcome to one of your venues? Thank you for inviting me. And they've extended the olive branch. I'm not trying to be an asshole here, but I'm just trying to understand what's going on. If I ever do make an appearance, will I feel welcome, or am I going to get death stares by the 85 partners that each own shares at Grand Factory? Is مش أكتر من 85 partners? I don't know. Every other person I meet has shares with Grand Factory. Anyways, moving on to the next topic, folks. Daylight savings. This was supposed to be a much bigger topic this week, لأنه they've just reversed the decision. So هلا ما كتير العازبة. I was gonna be like, what time is it now? What time are you watching the episode? بس anyways, تعرفوا الخبصة اللي صارت. نبيه بري ونجيب مئاتي decided to fuck with the time zone and the delay daylight savings so that Muslims can have less, يعني so يصوموا ساعة أقل, so that it just make it easier for them. Let's say, even though fasting is like from sunrise to sunset, so the time doesn't even really matter. The concept didn't make sense from the الأول. Anyways, so first we had some businesses that were taking sides, you know what I mean? Like Phoenix Health and Fitness. Dear members, please note, Phoenix Health and Fitness will follow the international timing. So they will respect.
I know you have to take a side.
I know you have to take a side. I know it is, يعني. Well, like, I asked my friends on our WhatsApp group, like, what time are you guys going to be using? بس تعرف حالي, يعني, you know? Then LBC News Lebanon. LBC ستستمر على التوقيت العالمي وسوف تقدم ساعتها ساعة عند منتصف هذه الليلة. So it became a political statement, basically. Do you stand with the government or do you stand against the government? That's kind of how I saw it. أنا شفتها إنه
صح, same.
If you choose to use the international time, you're standing against the government. بس كيف قلبوها أصحابنا? Christian versus Muslims. هون عنا the Lebanese Maronite Church says that it will move to summer times as of midnight tonight in defiance of a decision by PM Miati to keep Lebanon in winter for time of extra month. Seriously absurd territory. Issue has become sectarian. Talk of Muslim versus Christian time. Literally هيك صارت. وقت المسيحي وقت الإسلام.
لا وإذا you're following international time يعني you're Islamophobic إنه.
It's crazy. Islamophobia. هون عنا George with a intense take. حدا سو جمال شعيب عم بيقول القصة لا توقيت عالمي ولا بلوت. الجماعة نعرتهم انه الاسلام بدهم يغيروا التوقيت كرمال شهر رمضان. ناس عنصريتها واصله ع تنزانيا وبحياتهم ما رح يتغيروا. مفكرين الناس التانيين خلقوا ليرضوا خواطرهم. God damn, I don't know what the fuck he said. George quote tweets this tweet and says, I don't know who this guy is and what he represents, but I actually agree with him on this. It's purely about hate and racism. ما بعتقد انه كان رح يصير شيء اذا كل البلد ما قدم الساعة ونطر لأبريل 21. You see, but this is where I disagree with George. Bro, we have no control over anything in this country anymore. If like my only defiance to the government is changing the time and just following the time as the way it's supposed to be, to me that's kind of a small form of protest. I'm against the Muslims. I just don't want to deal with the stupidity anymore. ليه عنا ساعتين؟ مين بيغيب bro? Either كبوا daylight savings مثل ما هو. Let's never do daylight savings. Or let's fucking abide by it the way it's supposed to. We're supposed to do it. مش yeah, we have daylight savings, but for this month we're going to postpone it. And who's making the decision? Two fucking idiots. Two pieces of shit. يعني جورج, if you're هالقد مرتاح وبوتليكر لا خلص شو عنا لخي لا. Fuck that. It's fucking stupid bro. في عالم عندهم شركات. They work with international companies. This shit is just confusing. Flights و100,000 شغلة bro. So لا, it's not a Christian versus Muslim thing at all. It's a stupidity thing versus fucking common sense. That's what it is. ما هيك يعني. Then عنا Rula Al-Halabi, who says, Lebanon, why did the two arrogant officials decide to play with the daylight savings time to distract the Lebanese from one, awarding the airport project by mutual consent, disregarding the public procurement law prepared by OF and passed by Parliament? This law is one of the main laws demanded internationally, particularly in the context of negotiations, blah, blah, blah. Something about an airport, or I don't know what the fuck it is. وما بعرف شو. What I would say is, but the government doesn't need to distract us to do whatever the fuck they want. They constantly do whatever the fuck they want. They don't need to like, look over here, we're gonna do some crime over here. They're always doing crime. August 4th, the fucking blast كلنا كنا رح نموت. راحت Beirut, nothing happened. No one's in prison. Like it happened right before our very eyes. You know what I mean? Like they don't need to distract us. A lot of people are like trying to act smart. You idiots, you're falling for it. It's just a distraction. Were you gonna go down and protest the airport decision? Who was clamoring to fight that? لا ايه خلاص do whatever the fuck you want. البلد رايح bro. البلد من تيك ربه. Nothing's gonna fucking fix it. أنا to me لبنان bro is dead. You can't fix this country bro. You gotta burn it all together. When you're so corrupted, there's so much sickness and disease and cancer. وين ما كان, it's at the root of this country. مش راح تزبطه. خلاص forget it. They want to new airport deals and crimes. Fucking go for it bro. صحتين قلبكم. I don't give a fuck anymore. So come into that whole argument. They're just trying to distract you. No, they're not, bro. They can literally نبيه بيرف ينزل هلا على الطريق and shoot a motherfucker in the face and go back up to his house وما بيصير له شيء. So I think that's stupid as well. They're just idiots. They're literally just fucking idiots. They're that stupid. They thought it would be a good fucking decision. وهون we have Mitchell Prothero. I miss these idiots so much. So someone made a current Lebanon time zones in Lebanon. عندنا الماب هون المسيحية plus 2 GMT. جونيا أكيد المسيحية area. أنا by the way, if anyone was curious, my boxing gym بزوق مصبح international time. أكيد ولا زوق مصبح. وweight central. So yeah, this whole thing has just been crazy, ridiculous. So other businesses, hey, the Dunkin' Donuts, this was actually the most fucked up one. We will be open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. on both time zones. See you in an hour or two. You choose, we're here for you. So basically, their employees have to work 2 extra hours a day now. يجوا ساعة أبكر ويفلوا ساعة لأنه نبيه بري ونجيب مئاتي wanted to make a stupid decision.
أنا my job قالوا لنا إنه they're gonna be flexible. كل واحد يشتغل على الوقت اللي بده إياه بس إنه please اشتغلوا 8 ساعات.
عن جد it's so stupid. It's so weird. This is a party ما بعرف وين. At this ساعة Palms the legend.
Palms the legend.
I have no idea.
Is that the place?
Palms Hotel بيكون أو شيء. Palms Resort Hotel. It's like a countdown to New Year's. Anyways, ridiculous. Lebanese people, we take everything too far and we make everything cringy. Moving on, staying within the daylight savings topic, but then نحكي عن حدا who put a tweet that really pissed me off. Her name is good friend of the show, Ghida Arnaout. If you guys forgot who she is, we talked about her tweets a few weeks ago when she talked about Sam Smith. She was kind of transphobic. She was like, I'm confused. Instagram bans women's nipples, but when it's a them, it's okay. And then she goes down and she tries to make it seem like it's about women's rights, but then she put it between quotation, they. Full-on transphobe shit. I don't want to go over this again. We covered it on the show. Anyways, she constantly has bad takes. She has the worst takes out of Twitter constantly. I don't even follow her, but they shove her tweets in my face out of the For You page and stuff because I guess they know it's going to piss me off. What did she have this week? What brilliant take? Hey, she shares the Drake meme, and she says, idiots. Oh, no, you see, money got stolen, 200 dead in explosion, inflation, no electricity, no healthcare, pollution. We don't give a shit. Our change, oh no, we're mad. Lebanese people. She's basically talking about Lebanese people. We only give a shit and we make a big deal out of stupid things like someone changing al-sa'a. But when it comes to our money getting stolen, the Beirut blast, inflation, ما همنا وما عم ننزل وما عم نتظاهر. لازم ننزل نتظاهر هلا. Why does this piss me off? First of all, Ghida doesn't live in Lebanon. She's rich. She I don't know if she was born rich. She's worked for her money, I'm sure. But she's wealthy. She's sitting there. She's privileged. She does her influencer stuff, her climbing photo shoots, whatever the fuck she wants to do. وبدها تنزل. She wants to shit on Lebanese people constantly. هلا. Here's the thing about Ghida.
Idiots. هو الكابشن تبعها.
إنه نحن idiots. هي الفهمانة. Ghida هي قصة كلها. So why does Ghida think or fancy herself القد إنه ثورة وإنه هي فهمانة بكل شيء revolution وثورة ونزلوا وتظاهروا ما بعرف شو. Back in October 17th, she was actually pretty active بالمظاهرات. There was an artist at the time, Nouri Flayhan. She's very popular on Instagram and stuff. She had done these collages of all these social media influencers اللي كانوا نازلين على الثورة, and she made art and posters about them. And I was actually featured in one of them. This was the first one that she did. فيها معين وجماعة المنتشرين وجينو رعايدة and all these people, the birth of a new Lebanon. This was a very popular post. She was doing a lot of art in that style. Then a few weeks later, she made one that featured me. أنا بذكر نزلت على الثورة as Batman. Here I am as Lebanese Batman. And if you look at the people that are with me in this Haida, they're all enemies of mine now. بس إنه في العامة ومعين وعنا Polexandra. I've never said anything bad about her. بس هون up top is Ghida. Ghida was actually featured, in one of these art things. What happened with a lot of these people? Hey, Damarun Karam, who's now hiding from everyone because he قرأت مصاري تبع منتشرين وما بعرف شو. Great, this hasn't held up very well. يعني.
Cool.
This art piece is not held up well. Nouri, a big fan of her art. She unfollowed me on Instagram. Full disclosure, Nouri, I had to unfollow you as well. You unfollow me, I unfollow you. That is the rule. No, I like her. We were friends. I don't know why she unfollowed. So I had to do it to you. So, most of the people in this photo, a lot of them, when they were like labeled as thawrajiye or like leaders of the thawra, I think they took it a bit too seriously. And they actually thought that they were revolutionaries when in fact they don't know anything. Like me, I was featured in this. I was like, wow, thank you. I don't deserve to be on here. And I like never pretended to be a thawraji. Most of these people, honestly, were doing it for the engagement. I'm not going to get into a lot of details. One of the people in this photo literally once was like, look at my phone, bro. Look at all the engagement from my thawra posts. You can take a guess as to who it was. So, to be honest, these people's opinions when it comes to revolutions and stuff isn't worth much, at least for me. So I was in a picture وانا نزلت ظهرت. What did the protesting solve? That protest اللي نزلنا عليه and now you're featured on this art piece as a ثورجية. What did it solve? شو صار من بعدها? Why do you want us نرجع ننزل? To do what? نرجع نرقص and do what? The only way this a revolution is going to work is if we go down and literally murder all of the politicians. Are you willing to do that? You want to come kill somebody? Get on a plane and come do it, because I sure as hell ain't going to do it. Okay? حشت نظروا من بعيد نزلوا idiots. You only care about the hour change. What about the blast? Did you forget that people are burning banks? They're going into banks with fucking bazookas and guns and taking their money. شو بعد بدكم العالم تعمل؟ العالم قرفانة. They're depressed. They're mentally exhausted. They're broke.
Like at this point, just let people be.
Just
let مين أنت قاعدة ببيتك يا tweeting idiot عملت meme يعني.
Idiots. But bro, Ghida, just take a minute and think of the قبل ما تنزليها للتويت. I'm sure she's a nice person. In person, she's probably a nice person. But on social media, particularly on Twitter, she seems like the most horrible person ever. She blocked me. I quote tweeted this, and I'm like, another genius take by Ghida. شابتني block, which is good because I don't want to see that shit anymore.
Oh, she عملت her account private.
Oh, she privated her account? Oh, so she didn't block me, I guess.
I'm not sure إذا فيك تفوت
Maybe she did. She has the worst fucking takes, bro. منيح, you should be off Twitter. Honestly, someone like you shouldn't be on Twitter because you're making people hate you. خلاص, you're probably a nice person. Try to keep that image maintained. ما بعرف. But I'm sick of these horrible takes. And just because someone put you in a photo, thawra, doesn't mean you know shit about that stuff. I can't believe I'm in here. You've seen my Batman, Lebanese Batman. Like even I struggle. Like I'm like when I did the Batman thing, and was I doing it for clout? Probably yes and no. And in my stupid mind, I thought that if I could go down in a bat suit and like some people would see me, it could inspire other people to يرجعوا ينزلوا. Like imagine a 5-year-old kid seeing Batman at a protest. Like fuck yeah, there's Batman here. Like I thought it would be cool and it could inspire people. I only did it once. مش إنه نزلت وحلبتها يعني للقصة. Maybe I shouldn't have done it because people think I was trying to take advantage or trying to get Instagram likes. I could have done the Batman thing and never posted about it online. I posted about it يا خيي. انتقدوني. شو بدكم؟ But I'm not here sitting like أنا بعرف الثورة ونزل. خلاص fuck that shit, bro. Anyways. Did any of that make sense? Thank you. Okay, folks, the gays are under attack again. The gays are under attack.
يا الله.
As you know.
الفيديو بموي.
Yeah, it's so funny. So, as you know, جنود الرب are doing God's work in أشرفية. Stopping the gays. No gay activity allowed, okay? And as you know, نحن بلبنان, I think they're trying to ban everything that's rainbow colored. ما بعرف شو. جنود الرب فاتوا بباندار. Folks, they saw a rainbow colored cake. And they lost their fucking minds. Let's watch.
هيدا اللون بتعرف شو هيدا؟ ها؟ بتعرف انه علم المسلمين هيدا؟ بتعرف هيدا شو؟ او حاطينه عادي نشجع العالم عليه؟ هيدا داخله ابليس، هيدا اللي بياكله، هيدا الجاتو اللي فيه جواته.
I wish we got some.
شو اللي بيصير بيدي إذا بياكلوا؟
قال هيدا بياكلوا إبليس.
Iblis, we should let me. I think this is copyrighted for some reason. But let me see if this music. كتير حاسس it's a copyrighted track. So no, basically, yeah, they're afraid of rainbow colored cakes. How can men that are تعرفوا جنود الرب, they're all buff with their beards, with their يوقفوا هيك, if they're scared of a rainbow-colored
عن
cake,
جد تخيل قد ايه fragile that انه
they're the most fragile. يعني they're the most. يعني you guys are cowards. يعني خلاص يا خيي, he wants to be gay. He wants to eat the rainbow cake. يا خيي, أنا I would like to eat a rainbow cake and I
ما
ain't gay.
تاكل كيك
ما تاكلوا للكيك, ما تشتري.
شو بدك؟
إنه خايف إذا بتاكلوا للكيك you're gonna be gay. يعني if eating a piece of cake makes you gay, that means you were gay from the start, bro. A piece of cake is gonna. And if you were gay, then fucking embrace it, bro. We love you. We love gayness. شو بدنا نقول لك؟ Anyways, this is fucking hilarious. Please don't come. ما تيجوا تقتلوني يعني جنود الرب. مش حرزانة. What else we got? There's a lot of random stuff. No, what do you feel towards Hasbulla? Are you a fan?
No.
You're not a fan of Hasbulla?
لا انه just a little person يعني it's
بس so you're not a fan of the
لا
Hasbulla
ما
meme?
بلاقيه adorable انه بالعكس اذا شيء يعني I don't want to sound like a horrible person.
بالعكس. Where's the video?
and I don't like him.
Okay, so this is hilarious. So Mike Tyson has a podcast.
This is hilarious.
He was chilling with Hasbulla. If you guys don't know, Hasbulla is 19 years old. He's an adult, but he has a condition. I don't know what it is. It's kind of like the Benjamin Button thing, where he doesn't look. He's always going to look like a child. Okay, that's okay. Abdul Rozik has it, and he has this drama with him. Anyways, he's chilling with Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson, God bless him, as you know, يعني he's been hit on the head a lot. خلاص ما كتير بقى بيفهم وبيستوعب. Bless him. He wasn't already the brightest person to begin with before getting hit in the head. So when he's Hasbulla's, just check it out. Hasbulla's punching him. They're playing. Boom, he hurts him. Picks him up and starts kissing him, bro. He thinks he's a kid. He's there like boom, 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 boom. Like Ambirancho, it's so adorable. Hasbulla hates it when you pick him up. He doesn't like being kissed. He doesn't like being treated like a kid. Like he gets mad. He yells at you. Like, you know, he's an adult. He doesn't want. Bro, Mike Tyson has no idea. He just grabbed him. I gotta watch that again. I'm sorry. He just grabs him and starts fucking kissing him like with so much love. I'm gonna skip a little forward. The kissing starts right here. 14 seconds. Look, this is. Oh my god, bro. Yo, y'all did him dirty. Mike Tyson looks like he's so happy, you know. He seems like such a sweet guy. By the way, Mike Tyson, he has like abused women in the past. He's done some shit. We know. And no, it's domestic abuse. Back in the day. He's a changed man. He's reformed. He now sells marijuana. He's had a lot of problems. And I stand by Mike Tyson. Adorable. This is so wholesome. Anjed. This is so wholesome. I wish there was more footage. I want to see like Hasbulla's reaction, like yelling at him or something. Maybe strategy. Mike Tyson's a legend. Hasbulla's big into the fighting community. Anyways, I love that. Speaking of fighting, boxing, and all that good stuff. First of all, I did a poll on my Instagram a couple days ago, just literally out of curiosity. And I think a lot of people thought that I was serious or that I want to do an event. I asked people, would you watch Lebanese influencers box each other? As you guys know, in the States, all over the world, influencer boxing is becoming more and more popular. You have really big major figures like Logan Paul, who Jake Paul, who I hate, who KSI. They've become boxers in a way. There's another creator that I love, iDubbbz, who does an event called the Creator Class. There was a second one, mid-April. They had all these different content creators and influencers from different, like, they're all very different. What I like about Creator Clash is that it's not douchey, it's not drama-based, it's not about people who have beef. It's literally just people who want to fight and have a good time, and all the money they earn goes for charity. So I wanted to see if Lebanese people would actually watch. And 81% of you guys voted yes, and 19% voted no. We got a total of like 918 votes. And almost 1,000 votes. Pretty decent sample size. No, not scientific by any means. Almost 1,000 votes. 80% yes, 20% no. Good numbers, and I think we can work with this. I was just checking if you guys are interested. Actually, some people reached out to me that were trying to do a boxing event in Lebanon. He's like, let's talk, let's have a meeting. So tomorrow, actually, Wednesday, and the day before you guys watch this, I'm going to be meeting with someone about the event. Let me first tell you, don't get your hopes up. The chances of an influencer boxing event in Lebanon, in my opinion, is like 1%. Even if they want me to be involved, the amount of work that it would take, I don't know if I ever want to be involved with that thing. And I don't even know if I would want to fight and maybe be an organizer or be a host or something. But would I even want to fight? My body. We'll think about that later. I was just curious. Then I was like, Tayyib, what if we did if we did do an event, what would the lineup be? Who would I want to see fight? What are the fights that I'm craving to see and that I think you guys would really enjoy? So we worked on our dream Lebanese influencer boxing matchups. We have some graphics that Noor worked on for a few of them, and then the rest, we're just gonna kind of spitball. By the way, before getting to that, here's your boy on the speed bag, yo. Look at that. This is one of my favorite things to do. This is like my third time doing the speed bag. I got the rhythm down. I just got to get faster. And once I'm trying to get both hands in, it gets a little tougher. But I got it down. It's pretty easy. I'll become a pro at this very soon. Look at that form. Look at my sweat. I could literally like look away now and do it because it's all about sound. You're gonna do boxing? شو صاير معك?
No bad.
خلاص? Are you still gonna do it or not?
لا بلا, I still want to.
You still want to?
بس I'm busy.
You're busy.
ولا I've been busy. ما تصدقني.
I bought these and I haven't used them. And I'm not gonna use them because they're a bit small. They're 120-inch hand wraps. I'm gonna give them to you to motivate you to start boxing. Okay, and I'm gonna get longer ones for myself. I haven't used them. I used them for practice once. Take these. Okay.
I'm gonna.
So start your boxing journey. All right. There's YouTube videos that'll teach you how to wrap your hands. Okay. They're not that they're everlast, but they're not the best quality. I got some better ones for myself.
Okay.
So you can keep those, and let's look at our dream fights. So the first fight that I'm sure you will all pay to see, and I would pay to see, is Hair Zone versus Razor Cut. Jovi versus Elio Ilay. Tell me you wouldn't watch these two get in a boxing ring and punch the shit out of each other. Of course you would. The only problem I think this fight would have is that they both have veneers. Fake teeth. I don't know if they would fight. I Googled it. If you just put a mouth guard in, should be fine. Fighting with veneers, if you're fighting with normal teeth. So I hope they don't use the veneers as an excuse. For example, like these guys would never accept a fight unless they're getting paid. In my humble opinion, they'll be like, hey, 10K, I'll do it. They'll never do it for free. So this is why you need a lot of money to make this happen. You need sponsors. It's complicated. Fight number 2 that I would pay money to see. Ghida Arnaout versus Joseph Chada. Now these guys don't have any beef with one another, but they're both small. You need to pair people up that have similar physical abilities. They're both short. They'll be running around after each other in the ring. It'll be hilarious. I would pay to see Ghida Arnaout and Chada. Ghida also has veneers, so we have half of TikTok بلبنان عنده veneers. We got to get over that. A third fight, Noor Hajar versus Gino Raide. People would pay to see that as well. You know what I mean? I think people would pay to see Gino being beat up by anyone. But Gino versus Noor, I think that could be a good fight. Or, if Noor doesn't want to do it, Jad Ghusn versus Gino Raide. They've had their beef. And again, and I don't want all my fights to be with people who've had beef, but it helps. It makes it a bit more exciting. So Jad versus Gino, again, plus Gino بيعملها, Jad ما بيعملها. Gino plus he would fight. But is he even allowed to come back بلبنان, Gino? ما بعرف.
It's risky for him, pass.
Another fight. This one would never happen. Lay Noor Arida looks like a zombie. He looks like a skull.
I couldn't find a picture of her straight face.
She's always like this. So Antoine Noor Arida versus Dana Hourani, the mother of this podcast. Don't forget, folks. The podcast got its name from the Dana Hourani Do Not Worry video. That's where it came from. So this one, they'll never do it. But can you imagine? I would love to see them like trying to box. That was so funny. That's the real woman versus woman fight that we want to see. The females, Katrexa versus Samari, folks. This is the fight. The
fight.
This is the main event. This will be the main event of the night. We save it till the very end. You know what I mean? She'll have like a sponsor, Fantasy by Samari, on her shirt. She'll have like pink gloves with straws. Another fight. Come on, we don't just want to have guys fighting. That's boring. Anna Nadim Sami versus Stephanie Juan. Nadim Sami, friend of the show. Stephanie Juan. They remember she was complaining about the period stuff. They kind of beefed out of TikTok. Plus, that would be great. Honestly, when women fight, it's very exciting because they're way more brutal than you would expect. Like on Creator Clash, they had some females fighting. It was fucking nuts. And I'm very excited for the next one. Our 8th fight. Eli Daboud from Darwish Market versus Candy Moon. Those are two stores that have beefed with each other. So you know who's the ultimate دكنجي بلبنان? Who
This would be a good fight, like, physically speaking.
physically بحس إلي دعبول بيعملها. وإلي دعبول is working out. شوف على الستوريز a personal trainer. بحس he's in shape يعني بيقدر يعملها. Hey, I love this fight. عنا the Sigma God fight, folks. Jonas Nashar versus Firas Zurab. هلا Firas شفنا he's got boxing skills like my peekaboo boxing. So Firas is a fighter. وكمان we know إنه Jonas used to box because حط مرة post it's time to get back in the ring and box. So he has some experience. These two guys, I think they're similar in height. You know, Sigma. Who's the Sigma king? Who's got the Sigma grind mindset? أكتر شي? We're gonna find out. I would pay money to watch this fight. Another big fight. Dr. Food ضد the Daddy Foodie. هلا Daddy Foodie is no longer relevant. I think I'm the only person that still talks about Daddy Foodie. Right? I'm the only one. At least I'm the only non-boomer who talks about Daddy Foodie. I didn't know who else to pair Dr. Food with. Who else can we pair him with? The guy تبع طرابلس تبع الكعك. بس لا, he's too old. He's decrepit. I don't know who Dr.
Chef Antoine.
Chef Antoine could have worked. Daddy Foodie, we need to bring him back. And this will be like a comeback for Daddy Foodie. This will be Daddy Foodie's chance to get back in the top spot. Because Dr. Food is living out Daddy Foodie's life. This is what Daddy Foodie wanted to accomplish. Because his content was crap and he kept plagiarizing. Anyways, the final fight, which we have graphics for, this is, I think, a very special fight. Joy Tasidis versus Foodie Boss. Who is the greatest? Joy Tasidis looks so sweet. Like, look at his face. He's got the rosy cheeks. Like, haram, he couldn't hurt a fly. We're gonna make you fight, Joy. We're gonna put some boxing gloves on you. We're gonna make you fucking beat the shit out of Foodie Boss. Foodie Boss, though, is like a psycho. Like I said, I think he's a serial killer. I think he will murder Joy Tasidis. But I would pay money to watch all of these fights, man. Can you imagine, like... I asked like my boxing coach like is if we wanted to do like fights where do we do قال لي المدينة الرياضية بس قال لي شو بدك بهالشغلة ما بعرف I don't know but no we need a venue and we need to sell tickets but not a big venue with seats وعالم يجوا sponsors I'd love to if we could pay these guys like if it's like but how are we gonna get all this money for all these fights?
No one would come.
No one would accept my head المشكلة none of the influencers are gonna want to fight then they have to commit to the training they have to commit to train. And who's going to pay for their training? You have to pay for the training as the event promoter. So we need to get money to throw the event, but not sponsors. We need to pay these guys to train. We need to pay these guys to fight because if I'm going to fight and risk getting embarrassed in front of people and getting knocked out, I would want to get paid. I wouldn't want to fight for free, especially like it's so like the reason I don't want to fight is because like imagine getting knocked out, like fucking hits you like lose consciousness, you drop to the floor and it's all being filmed. I'm gonna be a meme. I'm gonna be a GIF, bro. I don't want that to happen unless I'm getting paid. Like, pay me 10 grand, then I'll get my ass fucking beat and I'll drop to the ground like a ragdoll. So who the fuck wants that? Anyways, we have some more fights. If I were to fight, I could possibly fight Tufiluk. He's huge though. He would beat my ass because he's fucking huge. But plus he wouldn't train very seriously. So I might have an advantage when it comes to skill. But he just has the fucking size, bro. His reach would be like, he'll probably stop me just by putting his hand on my head and I'll be like trying to hit him. He's fucking huge. Or Basit Nation, friend of the show, who's also interested in influencer boxing. Him and Tufiluk have had some beef. They could maybe fight. Another fight that I could probably maybe have would be, let's be honest, my old friend Mu'ayin Jabir. That would be a pretty dramatic fight, I feel.
I would pay for that.
You'd pay for that? Yeah, a lot of people would, I feel. You know, there's emotion and old friends turned rivals, you know? Betrayal. I think that could be a cool fight, to be honest with you. Al-Ama. We didn't mention Al-Ama. Al-Ala versus Ali Murtada. They had a live together like a couple of years ago. They beefed. So Al-Ama versus Ali Murtada could be fun. Noor Hajar, we have another fight for him, versus BB Channel. They recently beefed. Noor Hajar versus BB Channel. Every person Noor Hajar is supposed to fight doesn't live in Lebanon, or like they're banned in Lebanon. Noor, quit picking fights with people who live abroad. Any stab at the movie reviewer versus Nad's reviews. Who's the best TV and film critic in Lebanon? Let's have them fight and punch each other. They're both film fans, so they both appreciate the Rocky movies. Plus, they would both take their training seriously. But plus, Nad is like a personal trainer and coach, so plus. And you got some more. Yeah, you got some work to do to get in like physical shape because Nad عنده stamina كتير عالية. Joseph Mirab, I was struggling to who do I team him up with. حطيت ناجي زكريا just because he's old. It's a horrible team up. I don't know who to put Joseph Mirab versus. ما بعرف. In the comments حطوا لنا ideas. Zulfi ضد التيكيز. Zulfi versus Tiki's. Who makes
صح.
the ultimate zinger? Who makes the ultimate
صح.
cheddar sauce? Okay. هلا kids, you know, child labor بلبنان. Maestro Spar. Who won? Maestro Spar ended up winning. So we're gonna have a kids fighting too. So the kid تبع Maestro Spar versus the kid تبع Mamluk. Who's the best child employee بلبنان? Let's have them fight to the death to decide. Who's the racist? Anya Alauddin versus Noor Kairouz, who's the ski champion who was complaining about Syrians بلبنان. So that would be a good fight and a sexy fight, given my girl Anya. Oh yeah. Linda Cristina versus Clarita Nakhle.
No.
Or Cookie Nakhle. Lila.
Doesn't make sense.
They don't have to be mortal enemies. They're both ladies. They're both funny. They're both cringy.
بس بحس ليندا أطول and she's older.
You're going weight class. taller فيها تكون أطول. It's the weight that matters. As long as they're in the same weight class, they can fight. King Rolodex وسال تيل versus number one cell. كمان هيك إذا بدنا cell phone stuff. وكان a few that I didn't know يعني King Rolodex I didn't know who to make him fight. Hassan Farhat I didn't know who to make him fight. وشروق needs to fight someone I don't know who to make her
I'll
fight.
fight her.
I was gonna ask who would you fight? Anyone you would want to fight?
إنه لا بس إنه
خلاص
I
شروق.
can fight.
شروق ضد نور.
يعني.
وإلايجا I forgot there was a guy the blonde guy شو كان اسمه؟
مين blonde guy؟ شو بيعمل؟
TikToks he's where day he speaks in English him and Elijah had like this kind of beef نسيت شو كان
ما
اسمه.
كانت beef. They don't have beef. They used to go to the same school.
Yeah, like they have actual beef, like high school beef and shit. Let's make them fight.
لا.
بلا they don't like each other. They don't like each other.
Okay.
كان في شي بتذكر. We'll make them fight. Anyways, please let us know what you think. First of all, would you viewers would you pay to watch Lebanese influencers fighting each other in a ring? Did we miss? Is there like a dream matchup that we forgot? Akida, there's probably a lot. It's overwhelming, and once you start, you can't stop. So no, at least we have some good fights in our hands. I'm gonna go to that meeting tomorrow. I'm gonna see if we can make something happen. Yeah, no promises, zero expectations. Yeah, again, yeah, probably it's gonna end up being probably like a Saudi promotion with a lot of money. They're gonna end up doing like influencer boxing بالregion. هيك بحس رح يصير. حدا لبناني يعمل event صغير ما حتزبط. It's gonna be a regional thing with influencers from all over the Middle East. بلبنان. It's gonna be a tough sell. But say we're gonna try, okay? But I don't want to do it. I don't want to do something small. If I'm gonna do it, it's gotta be big with fucking tickets. People جايين وحماس. Come follow your favorite creator and watch them fight, and it's gonna be a fun show with some entertainment. That's what I would want to do because I know that's practically impossible. It's never gonna happen. Folks, before we continue, let us take a second to thank our amazing and returning sponsor, SENDWAVE. Folks, you guys want to make $15 right now? $30? You want to make $45 or $60? Do you want to help the interns make money? Do you want to help the podcast make money? Then download SENDWAVE. Let me tell you a little bit about what SENDWAVE is and how you can help. SENDWAVE is an amazing money transfer app that is extremely practical to use and it is very secure, okay? So if you live in the US, Canada, France, Spain, Italy, Belgium, or Ireland, you can download SENDWAVE right now and use the code CASHDNW and you'll get a $15 credit on your first transfer. Even if you're just transferring literally $1 to your friend or loved one in Lebanon, you'll get $15 added to that transfer. So if you're sending $1, your friend in Lebanon will receive $15. And if you don't live in the US, Canada, France, Spain, Italy, Belgium, or Ireland, but you have friends or family that live there, just ask them to download the app, use the code CASHDNW, and they can send you any amount of money they need or you want, and you'll get an extra $15 on their first transfer. So if you have 5 friends who live in France and they each download the app and send you $1, you'll make $15 times 5, so that's like $75. That is amazing. The best thing about SENDWAVE is that there are no transfer fees when sending money from abroad to Lebanon, except if you're sending from the States. There's a small 2.6% fee, but it's very tiny, and there are no pickup fees, so it always ends up cheaper. They have better exchange rates. Essentially, you'll end up keeping a lot more of your money if you use SENDWAVE. I use it all the time. I have a bank account in the States. All of my money is in my US bank account. My sister sends me money every month using SENDWAVE. It's the easiest thing. I go pick it up at a Wish Money location. There's hundreds of them across all of Lebanon. I pay nothing to get my money, so I end up keeping a lot more of the money that she sends me. And if you don't live in the States, you know, if you're not getting your money sent from the States, you'll keep all of it because there's absolutely zero transfer fees. It is an amazing service. It is extremely practical. You're going to save so much money. It is better than all of the competition. And they're supporting the podcast. Anytime you guys use the code CASHDNW, the podcast actually gets a small cash kickback. And I've promised the interns that the first 15 codes used, they're splitting all that money. And good news, we've crossed the 15 codes, folks. We've crossed the 15 codes. Thanks to you guys. You guys love SENDWAVE, and SENDWAVE loves you. That's why they keep coming back for more sponsorships. Support us, support the interns, support the show, because the more you support our sponsors, the more you support the show. So thank you guys so much. You have till April 9th, okay? April 9th to use the code, and then it's going to stop working. Don't miss out on that 15 bucks. Trust me, okay? You're not going to get another chance. And if you can make more than 15 bucks, do it. Make it a hustle. So thank you to SENDWAVE. Bless you. Folks, we talked about a promposal maybe like a year ago. It was a boy called like Sandro, like he had a weird name.
صح.
شي هيك Sandro.
حاطط كان عامل billboard or
Billboard, that's right. Will you go to prom with me? There's a new promposal, folks. There's a new promposal. Chada and Christie's promposal. We had to change the music because of copyright. I think you can guess what we're going to use. Let's watch this lovely, innocent high school promposal. We got all the friends. They're all moving side to side. Will you go to prom with me? It wasn't very clear اللي كان مكتوب. I think even this kid looks like me kind of. بيشبه خيو لوسام صليبة. تعرف خيو لوسام صليبة؟
لا.
بيشبه لهيدا. Oh, Chada and Christy. Look at that young, high school, pure, innocent love. But someday. I fucking love that fucking cover, bro. And I love that copyright doesn't bring it down. Like they don't know what the fuck it is. And you still hear John punching in the background. It's the best. مبروك يا بشارة and Christy. نحنا معكم ندعمكم. Young innocent high school love. Why I keep saying young innocent high school love? I'm sounding like a fucking. Enough. Let's move on. Daily deals. My favorite, one of my new favorites. By the way, I promise you guys, I'm sending the interns to Daily Deals. I'm working on a video, a competition. Nadim, نو وإلايجا إذا بيقبل رح نبعتهم على Daily Deals, and I'm gonna give each of them like 20 bucks, and the person that buys the best stuff gets to keep all of it. We're just trying to figure out when they can all go to Daily Deals. Maybe هالweekend أو شيء. خلاص ضبطوا لنا إياها. Find a day. Go on the $5 day. She milk that 20 bucks. You know what I mean? Anyways, Daily Deals, we have a video of one of their auctions, which is so sad because you're going to see someone buy like the most fucked up, most busted fucking coffee machine for not even cheap. يعني دفع حق original price يعني بفتكر عمرتين, and it's all fucking busted up, bro. Here it is. اوكي سعرها $90 عم بتبلش ب$9. You're already overpaying كلكم.
شو سعيد
61 ايه ده There's kinetic sand in case you're bored. We're just waiting to see the final result. Well, the guy's so happy. The guy with the long hair, the Daily Deals. He's happy seeing these poor people عم بيقتلوا بعضهم for this fucking coffee machine. قوي قلبك.
So sad.
Okay, look at that fucking coffee machine. Okay, look at that fucking thing, bro. من تيك ربا bro. Look at it. طالع من هون العلبة كلها من تيك وجه bro. Look at that shit. Look at that. Oh my god. I was happy walking away, bro. هيدي القرطة I can't wait to go to this fucking store. I'm not going. You guys are going. You can't pay me to go
I
fucking
think
there.
you should come with us.
No. انتوا. I want it to be خلص. Now that I have 3 of you guys, روحوا ببعتكم do all this shit ورجعوا.
حاسة حالي المنيون تبعك.
انه كان
ببعتكم تعملوا الديرتي ورك
انه
تبعك.
بتتسلوا. You should get to, if you win, if you go and you win, you're gonna walk away with all these amazing daily deals prizes. Don't you want to win? فكر هيك انت. فكر I'm going to win and get some amazing shit from daily deals at amazing prices. It's just so fucked. My bad. The guy's so happy. He's taking all this pleasure in seeing these poor people outbid each other. Well, the thing is, half the people bidding know they're overpaying. But he's like, خلص, I already paid 70 وهيدا قال 71. طب يلا بنطلع ل 72. You feel forced to keep going. The guy knows. He's like, probably I don't want to pay more than 50. The guy said 51. He's like, fuck it, 52, 55, 80, 56, 70, 71. خلاص, fuck it, let me get it. مرتي ما تعيط علي. راح اتبهدلك because you paid $80 for this fucking thing. Anyways, daily deals. Can't wait to send the interns there.
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Garbage crisis. بتذكروا نحن بلبنان عنا you stink. طلعت ريحتكم مظاهرات en 2015. أنا نزلت كمان. I had a sign. بتذكر. ما بعرف شو. France is going through the same shit apparently, folks. France is having a garbage crisis of its own. I just wanted to share some of the footage because it is pretty cool. Check this out. هون قاعدين بكافيه. You got shit burning on the outside. Those motherfuckers just chilling on the inside as if nothing's happening. There's a tweet by Habib Battah who says, "Have you heard of Paris? They say it's the Beirut of Europe." Not wrong there. And there's this.
It's ridiculous.
And there's this video which is even more iconic. It's just like you got these 2 motherfuckers chilling, having coffee, and you got shit burning. It's becoming a meme. It's, you know,
Yeah.
it's making the rounds. It's cool. It's crazy. Halla. Obviously, not everyone's happy with this. I think it's funny, but you got people who don't find it so funny. Like our good friend, what's his name? Mankushi. أو فوفو
متوحش.
أو فوفو المتوحش. He said not to be that person, but when Lebanese people did this, we were belittled and called lazy. But when French people do it, it's suddenly so iconic because it's Paris. شو ماني جليد the takes هلا. I'm not gonna talk about the take. I don't think. No, who called us lazy when we did this? But like everyone was like, look at Lebanese people, we're so funny. We're dancing, we're doing yoga.
لا Lebanese criticizing other Lebanese people إنه نازلين تقعدوا وهيدا إنه.
But so no, we went viral. Come in everywhere in the world, people were talking about the protest. ما بعرف. It's just it's a Twitter take. You could agree, you could disagree. It's not out of line, يعني. Anyways, French people good. Well, I know just what's funny to me is the Lebanese people. يهربوا على فرنسا. And now they're dealing with that shit there. You know what I mean? It's funny. Like garbage. Some of them عم بينزلوا عم يتظاهروا مع الفرنساوية. I'm like, كيف لكم جلادة? Stay the fuck home. تنزلوا تتظاهر. هرب على فرنسا تنزل يتظاهر معهم.
Second nature.
أنا بطل فيه. You can't pay me to go protest. عن جد. Because after the failure of October 17th, I'm like, why would I ever try to get my hopes up again? I would never get my hopes up again. Hey, that's the really thing. I was so excited. It felt great. Did you نزلت? أنا كنت بنزل every day for 2 weeks.
Yeah, same.
I was living يعني كنت بعدني بالجايتاوي, so I would literally pack a backpack and walk to downtown every day for like 2 fucking weeks. بلاش وجعني الظهر at one point قد ما كنت عم بمشي standing all day that I had to take a break. Like I'm like without a break for a couple of days. It was fucking crazy. I'll never put myself through that ever again. I never want to feel that high and then just feel that crushing disappointment. Someone else do it. Our podcast, folks. Let's talk about that. This is fun. Last week, I made the claim that I thought was final. خلص. We're number 3. Okay, I had said we were number 2. Said it was number 1. Then I said that we're number 2. إجا حدا لا جاد غصن is number 2. I was like, you're right. I forgot. Again, Jad Ghussan, special case, and he was a fucking television celebrity. This is number 2. Last week, I asserted we're number 3. Bijine comment, what about Nayla's podcast? I'm like, what? Who's Nayla?
Mean Nayla.
Mean Nayla, first of all. I was like, who the fuck? So I Googled it. Mean Tala. Of course, then, after, it took me, I thought of it for a second. I'm like, Nayla. I'm like, I'm not Ulule Nayla Tueni. I wrote her name on YouTube.
Nayla
Sure enough, Nayla Tueni. Podcast with Nayla. 17.6k subscribers. And she's got 39 videos. So let's take a look at some of her guests and some of her episodes. Let's take, should we even be competing with this podcast? Because Dejana, we're competing with with Jad Ghassan, there's a huge asterisk. He's like he's a celebrity. He was a TV personality. Hisham Haddad, 105k views. Khalid Ghattas, Carlos Ghassan, Carlos Ghassan كمان. 200k views with Carlos Ghassan. Amel Boushasha, Nadim Sherfan, Mireille Hayek, Naguib Sawaris. Enno seems like a very Serdis style, very Jad Ghassan style, very every other Lebanese podcast style of interview show. يعني شو بدنا نقول بعد؟ هدى إنه سامي جميل. Dude, these are horrible guests, man. Okay, look, her episodes have a lot of views. 14k, 39k, 12k, 69k. To be honest with you, bro, I don't know a single fucking person who watches this podcast. I had never heard of it until the guy mentioned it in the comments.
Yeah, same.
I don't know any living human being who watches this. And she's the daughter of like the legendary Lebanese journalist who's a martyr, Gibran Tueni. Yani, do not worry, being compared to Nayla Tueni's podcast, and we couldn't be more different. Sure, does she technically have more subscribers? She's got 17,000 subscribers. Akid, how do you expect me to compete with Nayla وكمان جبت لك كارلوس غسن كجاس ما هول الشورت كاتس اللي بتاخدون
كان اول فيديو لإلها
ما first video هيدا اللي جاب لها probably the 17,000 guests. You can't compare, like, is she number 3? Tell me in the comments. And to me this doesn't even count as a podcast. This is just like a rich person doing a show that she wants to do. You know what I mean? A self-indulgent show عندها بالبيت. You can call it a podcast, I guess. Is it? ما بعرف. I don't know. It just kind of pisses me off. All these fucking people interviewing the same people. Folks, we have a new doppelganger. We have a new...
Surprisingly.
I have more. And I used to think, that every person had 40 doppelgangers. And you have 40 doppelgangers spread across the world. I googled it last week. They said you have 6. I think it's 40.
You have 40.
I got 40 of those motherfuckers. I don't got 6. Okay? Here's a new one. This guy's from Hungary. This is his Instagram account. His name is Bandi Bognar. Already هوني بيشبهني. Bandi Bognar. It's freaky, man. So here's a photo of Bandi performing on stage. Well, they're all blonde. Why are we all doing our hair blonde? Here's Bandi. Here is a screenshot of a video. But I have the full video here. Let's watch it because he looks more like me here.
elég nehéz ilyen bénán hangzó szöveget írni.
From close, this angle ما كتير.
مش هيك فيديو
بس في غير angles.
De hogy aztán meg rájöttem, hogy van egy olyan közelség.
If you pause this, you think it's me editing the podcast. And he has a smaller nose, that's the thing. He has a clearly European nose and I have my big, Arab man nose. بس انه بنشبهه هيدا هون كمان it kind of looks like me here, bro. Look at this shit. وتهم كوليبري. So he's Hungarian. So that's my number 7. I got fucking 7 of these motherfuckers. Okay? Keep sending them. خلاص, it's fun. I want to have an army. But every one of these 40s, gotta catch them all. We're playing Pokemon. I have 7 out of 40. But 33. I swear I need to do a reality show. Anthony finds his doppelgangers. I travel all across the world and I find those fuckers. Crunchy Joe, our favorite. تتذكروا Crunchy Joe. بدكم تعملوا واحد تنزلوا عند Crunchy Joe. Here is a new video that he posted that I don't know why ليك ضحكني خلص فات فيها عملنا واحد.
قالوا لي شو أكبر شيء عندك؟ قلت لهم عندي شيء كتير كبير واسمه كتير كبير. قالوا لي بشبع، قلت لهم بشبع كتير. قالوا لي أوكي عملنا واحد. كله بيجي بيقول لي عملنا واحد ما بعرف ليه. anyways عملنا لهم واحد كتير كبير. قطعنا الكريسبي تشيكن فوقهم للفرايز. بلشنا بالصوصات هود تشادر. بيرجع هاني ماسترد. بيرجع باربيكيو. هون الشباب غاروا من الصبايا هيديك المرة قالوا لي بدنا نشلفت كمان. حطينا لهم تاكيز وقلنا لهم تشيب.
بديك I'm not even gonna say that. It's too dirty. Would you go on Crunchy Joe? Here's a better way of asking.
No, I would not.
No?
No.
بدي Crunchy Joe. I can't even say it. It's so dirty. I can't even joke with my employees about it. But it's because I'm a good boss who respects boundaries. Thank me in the comments for being a good employer. Anyways, Crunchy Joe, great. Inshallah.
لو كان إلايجا هون كانت سألته.
Hey, I would have asked Elijah, but we can't ask you. Refugees, folks. This is a nice, fun, light-hearted topic. فينا نحكي عنه. Like, we're not really going to spend too much time on this. I just like the we had a tweet that came out, and it literally says, by Kathy Shami Tian, how can this be acceptable? 4 wives, 16 kids being paid for by the UN. Lebanon's demographics are changing and we are reaching a point of no return. What she's talking about is there's the Syrian refugee man who has 4 wives and 16 kids, and he claimed, and it's a video of him talking to like the mayor of the city. I need money for my kids. Well, there's a certain breakdown, like they get like $200 per kids, per kid. I don't know how it works exactly. So people are mad that the UN is spending all this money on Syrian refugees in Lebanon instead of spending it on Lebanese people who need the money. So while part of me agrees with some of that sentiment, Lebanon is a small country. We have like 5-6 million Lebanese people. 2 million Syrian refugees. Everybody knows that. It's not racist to say that. It's not xenophobic. We have way more refugees than we can handle. We have no infrastructure to handle our own fucking people. Yeah, and the Syrians that are here are living horrible lives. There's cholera now in Syrian refugee camps. It's like horrible. So we have way more refugees than we can handle. While other European countries that have all the resources and infrastructure in the world have like 5,000, 10,000. Now we have 2 million. So it is a humanitarian crisis that is happening for the Syrians that are here and for a lot of Lebanese people. The problem is when people want to express that disapproval of what's happening, the language that they use always tends to become xenophobic. For example, that tweet, how can this be acceptable? 4 wives, 16 kids being paid for by the UN? Okay, that's fine. It's the second half of her tweet that gets problematic. Lebanon's demographics are changing and we're reaching a point of no return. She's talking about Muslims. She's talking about all these Muslim refugees are going to outnumber us eventually. This is what she's talking about. And at the end of the day, it's not even about refugees, it's about Muslims. That's kind of how I see it. I see it as Christians freaking out because they think Muslims are going to take over the country. Again, some of the points that these people bring up are fair. We can't afford to help 2 million refugees. Akid Lebanese people need aid and help. And sometimes you're like, why is it going for this guy? He's got 20 kids. And in the video, you'll hear that the guy says that he has no problem with the Syrian regime. But he's like, I don't have jobs there, work opportunities. He's choosing to stay here. So debatable. It's not a black and white issue, okay? It's gray. But then when you see some of the tweets and the quote tweets, for example, Eli, كتير لبناني, this is the Islamization of Lebanon, sponsored by the West. So, you see what I mean? Another tweet by Sid with the Lebanese flag. Truly disgusting. Kick the Syrians out. You see where it's going? You know what I mean? They're getting paid too much. He went to the heart of the matter. Kick them out, fucking Syrians. That's the real issue. You know what I'm saying? According to the Syrian migrants' birth rates, in 12 years they will become 12 million. So we're going to have 12 million Lebanese people, Syrians. I don't know how accurate that math is. We have a Nightwing fan account coming out with a Lebanese cedar profile picture. Cry about xenophobia all you want. This is what we are dealing with. Let's watch a snippet of the video that Noor is dying to watch. Because it's 2 minutes and 20 minutes. It's boring as fuck. We're just going to fucking click it. Here it is. Here's the guy talking to the mayor. وعم بيفسر له شو الوضع.
كلهم عندك هون مؤيد انا بتقبضوا 16 مليون و500. نعم. قديش بيقبضوا المجموع كله؟ قول. 16 مليون و500. تقبضوا انت. نعم. والمدارس والهودي على حساب مين؟ على حساب الامم المدارس.
Okay, anyways. What do you guys think of this? No, what do you think about the Syrian refugee crisis in Lebanon? This is you want to compete with Nayla Tueni? We got to get into these fucking topics. You want to take down Nayla Tueni? This is how we do it.
Mali, let her be third place.
No, I'm taking back the third place. I don't want to be number 4. What do you think about the refugee crisis? But in a hot take, Ghida, what would Ghida Arnaout say?
Idiots.
Get rid of the Syrians. Did Ghida write that one? No, I'm kidding. Anyways. It's fucked up, and I just don't like to see. I know people don't try to be woke. Okay, I'm not being woke. I get it. We have too many refugees. على راسي. بس شفتوا كيف قلب الدغري. Kick out the Syrians. Kick out. It's all fucked, bro. It's fucking racism and shit. Not really much xenophobia. Everyone's looking for a reason to fucking hate on the Syrians. So, anyways, fun times. Joseph Chada, old friend of the show, now mortal enemy. Again, I might have drinks with Chada eventually. طلب مني drinks so that we make up. قلت له maybe. ما بعرف. I don't trust him. ما تخافي. نيمني. But he shared this on his Instagram stories. حدا بعت لي اياها and I was like, why the fuck did he share this? ما فهمتها. انجا حضرت شوي منها وما كتير فهمتها. So let's watch it together and try to decipher why would Joseph Chada share this on his Instagram stories. Then محيها. I think when Chada sees me and that I saw one of his stories, عم بيمحيهم لأنه I don't follow him anymore. So he's like, oh shit, if Anthony's here, that means حدا بعت له اياها رح يتمنيك علي. Let's watch this weird video.
It's your eyes. Your eyes are amazing. Look at me. Oh my god. Are they real?
Oh, yeah.
Do you whiten your teeth?
No.
That's not natural. I don't believe it.
It's natural.
You're amazing. What's your name?
Harley.
I'm Noah.
You're Noah? Nice to meet you.
Oh my god. Where are you from?
I'm from here.
So the question is, kiss me one time or pass it to the next person and double it?
I'll kiss you one time.
One time?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because I really like you.
Okay.
You're amazing. Can I grab your snap?
Yeah. شو قصده شادة؟
So, okay, so Sada just shared a video of a random American dude hitting on a random American girl and then kissing her. So is Shada being like, I wish I could, شوفوا الشباب برا, شوفوا البنات برا شو أهين من هون. I think kind of that's it's like, check this out.
I think هو عباله يعمل هيك شيء.
Oh, of course, check. He wishes he could look at this. Why can't we have this here? Why can't I just walk up to a girl and be like, hey, what? Your eyes are so cool. Can I kiss you? I think all this YouTube stuff. Weird. Then محيها. Shada. ما بعرف شو بدي أقول لك بقى. What should I say to this, bro? It's weird. It's weird. These kids look like they're 17, bro. هالبنت شكلها like she's in high school or she's like a freshman in college. ما تعملها. Please don't try this.
Please.
Do not try this. I'm giving you the advice from an old friend. Ghida, this will not work out the way it worked out in this video. Okay? It's either staged, and this guy's a good-looking dude. Yeah, don't try this. And then finally, folks. Finally, we've reached the end of the episode with our final topic. Chef Antoine. Chef Antoine اجى لعندي على المدرسة وقت كنت بالأنطونية غزير جابوا Chef Antoine as a special guest. اجى فات على الصف عنا. I remember at the end they're like, اسألوا عندكم مين عنده سؤال للشيف Antoine? And I'm like, I want to ask him a question. And I asked him like the dumbest fucking question ever. I was like, Chef, إذا أنا كتير عم باكل وجوعان وما عم بقدر وقف آكل شو بعمل توقف آكل? I don't know why I asked that. I don't even have that problem. No, he knows about food. And بيقول لي قال لي شو قال لي؟ قال لي بتاخد كباية مي بتحط فيها هالقد مي وبتشربهم. بعد دقيقتين بطل بدك تاكل. شي هيك. Just drink water. He's like حط هالقد مي بكباية وشربهم.
Okay.
I don't know if it works, to be honest with you. ما بتذكر إذا جربتها أو لا. Anyways, وينه هيدا. عنا, here's Chef Antoine being asked about Dr. Food on some show. واسمعوا شو بيقول. Our king, عن جد, king الكينجات هو Chef Antoine. He's a fucking legend.
دكتور فود ما بيعرف الاكل.
لك ايه؟
بس بيعمل لها تفنيصات وشغلات.
هلا بيجن عليك.
لا يجن، هي الواقع، هو بيقول لك انا ما بعرف الاكل.
بس بيروح بيدوق.
بتدوق، هو اوكي اختصاصي تذوق. بس قل له متى يعمل لك اكل، بيعرف يعمل لك اكله. والشيف بوراك بيعظم الشغلات، يعني مثلا عم بيقطع هيك بيجيب لك الخروف بيشبه
يعني بيعملها
شو
بس بتحسه طيب هيك.
بتحسه. لا انا في ناس كتير راحوا لعنده، في ناس انبسطوا وفي ناس لا، عنده مطعم
مش طيب بالمعنى الطيب الاكل، بس هو شخص طيب.
ايه هو شخص طيب، مبين نفسيته حلوه. انا بعت وراي روح اعمل حلقات معه بتركيا، ما رحت.
لك ايوه الشيف انطوان هاي مينتننس بعد براي انا الشيف بوراك قلت لا ما رحت. ايوه صح ما تروح. لك ار كينج لك الشيف انطوان. انا have to say كثير بحب الشيف بوراك though. if عم نحكي celebrity Instagram chefs يعني في عنا the two extremes شيف بوراك وسولت باي. give me chef بوراك 100 times over. He's a sweetheart. Ever since the fucking earthquakes happened in Turkey, he's been in Turkey every day. عم بيطعم العالم, giving toys to the poor. Long after all the media stopped talking about the Turkey earthquakes, he fucking stayed there. Anjed is such a sweet guy. I don't know about his food, his restaurant, but he's a really sweet man. And it could all be social media. He's building his image. Anjed Chef Burak is a genuinely sweet and kind man. Anna, it worked on me. All his content works on me. But so Chef Antoine is a king. وما حق على Dr. Food. Dr. Food, bro, is worth. يعني Dr. Food, when we look back at history, Dr. Food is going to be remembered as like zbele, you know what I mean? He's going to be in the trash can of history, while Chef Antoine is going to be on top of the pedestal. Look, the king. كباية مي هالقد حطوا شوية مي تشبعوا. Take that to the grave. Take that to the grave. We had another video of a 3-minute clip of an interview مع Dr. Fudu Shru.
Nope.
I'm gonna leave it for next week هذا يمكن. اوكي رح نشيله حنleave it till next week لأنه ما لنا جلادة بقى. And with that, folks, with that, we are done with our episode of Do Not Worry. God bless you. Let us thank our new patrons, Paul, Christelle, and Lily. Who's a good girl, Lily? Who's a good girl? We love you. And Linda. Welcome to our family. If you guys want to join our Patreon family, we're going to be having a Patreon Zoom call next month. So if you want to get in on that Patreon, okay? And some other patrons like Mark Kiwan, Antonio Jmail, Jad Al-Hajj, Jad Sabr, Celine Ash, and superhero patrons like Dr. William Watfa, the boobs doctor, Ned, Mustafa Wehbe, and our God tier patrons Jessica Ann, Rifat Fakih, and Burgery, the best burgers in Tripoli, folks. Bless you. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and as usual, do not worry.